what was the biggest storyline heading into last night's game?
No Saquon Barkley?
No Saquon Barkley, which means what? Big game for Daniel Jones.
Yep.
This is why you paid Daniel Jones $45 million. What's the biggest story today?
He's 1-11 now in primetime games.
Do you regret paying Daniel Jones $45 million?
No, he doesn't have many weapons.
I understand that. But the amount of money you make as a quarterback really sets the tone for the conversation moving forward. That's just whether it's right or wrong, whether, and it's no different from Josh Allen not having a running back or a good offensive coordinator. The amount of money you make as a quarterback is a direct correlation to how we talk about you as a quarterback. Yesterday, this is why you paid Daniel Jones $45 million. Today, do you regret paying Daniel Jones $45 million? So I look at this game for Jared Goff. You might have two starting offensive linemen out. You might have your running back out.
You do.
Your wide receiver is maybe hobbled in Amon-Ra St. Brown. The other guy's suspended. You don't have anybody in the defensive backfield. You've got all those guys hurt. This is a Jared Goff game. Put this game next year with a new contract for Jared Goff, and this is that game that Daniel Jones played last night. Can you go out there and win me a football game? Jared Goff, $32 million, no big deal. Jared Goff, $45 million, we're talking a completely different game. This feels like that to me. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? If this game is played next year with a contract extension, we are talking about nothing other than Jared Goff winning this football game.
I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm going to get to Jared Goff in a second just to get back to Daniel Jones and playing that game. Yes, I want my money back. Yes, I'm mad that this is a quarterback market where that's the going rate, and I had to pay that guy. That's what the market is. You got to pay Daniel Jones. If you don't, what do? So now you pay him this money. He's now 1-11 on primetime TV. Man, say he doesn't have any weapons. I understand that. You paid him $45 million. You got to go to find a win. He's in year 6, man.
They couldn't protect him.
Okay, man. He's in year 6. We're saying the same. No one will give Justin Fields any credit or any more rope, and he's only in year 3. Daniel Jones is in year 6. It's time to be honest. Daniel Jones isn't the quarterback that's going to get that job done.
I don't even think that's disputable, Braylon.
It's not, but I'm telling Maz that because I was basically agreeing with you.
Yeah.
With the Jared Goff situation.
Well, don't forget what he made, and then you compare it to the guy Brock Purdy, who's 8-0. And he makes $900,000 a year. It's amazing. 8-0 that kid is.
I kind of look at the game last night between San Francisco and the New York Jets with Saquon Barkley out and all the injuries that the Giants were faced with. And one of the biggest stories yesterday was, can Daniel Jones go win that game by himself? This is why you paid Daniel Jones $45 million to go out there and perform in that game. Biggest story today. Did you make a mistake paying Daniel Jones all that money? And I kind of correlate it back to the Detroit Lions and Jared Goff because you are going to be in a similar situation perhaps next year in a contract year for Jared Goff. And look, this thing will play out for sure. This thing will absolutely play out the way it's supposed to. But if this game is played next year, this Lions-Falcons game, with two offensive linemen out, the running back out, the wide receiver who's hobbled perhaps. You've got another wide receiver, one of your more elite, talented players on suspension. The defensive backfield is a mess right now. Can Jared Goff go win you that game? And I think Braylon Edwards, this is one of those games where we'll learn a lot about the Detroit Lions this week too, especially Jared Goff. If we need to learn anything more, we're going to learn a lot about Jared Goff.
Yeah, I agree. And I actually think that year is now. I don't think it'll be next year because I think you're going to either extend the guy after this season or he's just not going to be your guy. So this game right now is going to be that Jared Goff game that he's going to have. And you're absolutely right. If you tell me he's a guy that deserves $45 million, $47 million, and Ryan, you got to think about it like this. It's going to go up next year, which means he's going to be at 47.
Yesterday's price ain't today's
price. 100%. So that's now $47 million. It's $48 million. If you can't go out against the Atlanta Falcons, and by no means, the Atlanta Falcons are 2-0. They've won both home games. They've done what they're supposed to be. Now, with that said, if you can't go out with a couple players missing, where you still have most of your offensive line intact, you still have Jahmyr Gibbs, you still have Amon-Ra St. Brown, you still have Sam Laporte, you still have more than enough weapons on that team. If you can't go out there and get it done against the Atlanta Falcons at home after losing to the Seattle Seahawks, then you're showing me I don't need to wait till the rest of the season. I don't need to wait till next year to find out if you're that guy. If he can't go out there and have an efficient game to where the game's not his fault, then what are we waiting until next year to really find out? It's not like they're going against the Kansas City Chiefs at full power on this Sunday. It's not like they're going after the Dallas Cowboys. Sorry about Trayvon Diggs' injury. With Trayvon Diggs this week, they're going against the Atlanta Falcons, who have won 2 games at home against decent opponents. If he can't get it done this week, I don't know what we need to wait for.